Hey book friends, good morning. Today is July the 20th. And I'm hitting the streets, so you guys are getting another car chronicles. Try to say that fast 2 times. Car Chronicles vlog today. It is hot as Satan's toenails out here, okay? I don't know how far I'm going to get with this vlog, but I'm kind of enjoying it. I wanted to share the book that I am currently reading. I actually started it last night, and it is An American Marriage by oh goodness, is her name Taraji? I believe Taraji Jones, if I'm not mistaken. I'll put the book up there. Y'all, I'm horrible with names. I can't keep telling you enough. But anywho, look, I started that book last night and I couldn't put it down. I could not put the book down. And I'm really excited about that because in June I had a not so good month. I didn't have one 5-star read. So I'm really pressing with the 11 days that we have left in this month to hopefully get at least one 5-star, guys, before I end up in a slump or something. But anywho, An American Marriage it has 3 POVs. Our main female character being Celestial, and Roy is the main female character, but there is also another character in the book who by the name of Roy. This book is about a husband and a wife, young husband and a wife. They've only been married I think a little over a year. She met this guy, I believe she had met this guy a few times before she finally decided to go ahead and get with him or whatever. And he's actually the best friend of Roy. So Roy is a friend to both of them. Friend of not Roy, my goodness. What is his name? Andre? Is it Andre? Shoot. I believe his name is Andre, not Roy. Andre is the best friend of Celestial. And Andre is the one who actually introduced Celestial to Roy, okay? So, anywho, Andre and Celestial were friends since Pampers, okay? So they are very, very close. Of course, there never was a love interest between these two or what have you. So, anywho, she married Roy, and they went to go visit his parents. I forget why, but they went to go visit his parents, and during that visit with their parents, something really bad happened, and Roy ended up being charged for a crime that he did not commit, basically, or that they are standing on the fact that he did not commit. Let me put it that way, because I would not be surprised if it's some kind of twist, but supposedly he never committed this crime. So he goes to prison, and Celestial is pretty much, I believe they had sentenced him to like 12 years in prison for this crime. So Celestial is standing by him, through this, and he ends up, they're writing. I like how they're sharing the letters in this book between them, the writing back and forth while he's in prison. And So you get to, you get to see everything. It's not like, oh, she wrote him a letter and this what happened. You actually are reading the letters that they are writing between each other. And, it's 5 years. I believe he was in prison 5 years before they figured out that he did not actually commit this crime. It got overturned. So during that period, and once again, I don't want to say what happened in between that period, because then I'm telling you the book. But during that time, Celestial, her love for him starts to, it starts to like go away. It starts to, I can't even think of the word I'm trying to say, but she loves him, but of course he's been gone for 5 years, and she's kind of, moving on with life, still believing that he may get out, but she's just not, she just trying to, she just trying to deal with life, okay? And in doing so, she ends up in a relationship, a situationship, okay? She ends up in a situationship, and lo and behold, child, Roy sends her this letter and tell her, look, I'm about to get out, okay? And so now she's in this situation, and basically she has to decide who she gonna choose, okay? So that is pretty much the premise of the story. It is, like I said, I think last night I got through 90 pages of that book, and if it had not been for the fact that I needed to get some editing done, I think it was probably, I don't know what time it was. I know it had to be about 11, and I didn't want to put the book down. I probably would have got even farther in the book. I honestly feel like this book will be done by tomorrow. So hopefully, I can get you a little footage of me. Y'all can read the book with me for a little bit on tonight. We shall see. I can't wait to tell y'all, my thoughts. And of course, you probably won't hear the rating that I give the book until I do my wrap up. But guys, just stay tuned, and hopefully in this vlog I'll be able to do another video on another book. We shall see. I have 11 days, so I'm hoping in those 11 days I can at least get 2 more books in. I am doing an audio book, and Lord, I can't even think of the name of the book. What in the world? How come I can't think of the name of the book? Shoot, I think it's In 5 Years, if I'm not mistaken, and I can't remember the author either. Something about, is it in 5, not In 5 Years? Oh gosh, I'll put the book up here, and I'll tell y'all a little bit more about that book on the next clip. All right, so until then, I will chat with you guys later. Have a blessed day. Hey guys, so I am in the middle of cooking dinner, and while I'm waiting for things to cook, I decided that I would go ahead and pick up my book and take you guys along with me. So I'm probably gonna read, I'm honestly only probably gonna be able to read it for about 10 or 15 minutes, but I wanted to bring you guys along with me because I know I am pretty much going to be done with this book, if not tonight, by tomorrow morning sometime. So I am currently reading An American Marriage by Tayari Jones, and that cover is so cute. So we're about to get into it, and I will talk to you soon. So guys, I am finally to the part of the book where Roy has gotten out of prison, and this is not a spoiler, but he's gotten out of prison and he is planning on returning back home where Celestial and Andre live. And I'm at the part where Andre is finally, he's doing the talking at this point. Both of them are having dialogue, Celestial and Andre, but this chapter is basically about him and bringing us up to par with him and Celestial. But we are at that point, I am at that point in this story where, Roy is coming home. Okay, Roy is coming home, and now they got to figure out what they gonna do. Okay, so pretty much, I'm sure pretty much anything after this point to discuss would definitely be a spoiler. But hey guys, I'm gonna probably finish this book up, like I said, if not get through the majority of it tonight, by tomorrow for sure. I don't know whether or not I'll come back and give you my thoughts, but we shall see. I'm definitely going to jump into the next book, hopefully by Tuesday or tomorrow night, and maybe I'll pop in and let you guys know what I'm reading at that time. All right, other than that, see you guys soon. Good morning, book friends. So I am done with The American and American Marriage by Tayari Jones. My. This one has me thinking. I'm telling you. I'm trying to figure out if I can say this is a love story. As you know from the synopsis, it was kind of like a love triangle thing. Not an intentional one, I don't believe. I don't know, because when you think about the relationship between Celestial and Andre, I feel like they were trying to just keep their relationship just as friends, even though they were near the line of being more than friends. But they were just trying to figure it out. I don't know. And then bringing in Andre, of course, complicated things. And I think the test was, for sure, the fact that when Andre got, mistakenly caught up, that really was the test of their marriage. It really was. And within that test, the real truth was exposed. The real feelings were exposed. Is that a bad thing? Based on the ending of this book, which I will not really say it was, because it was somewhat of a twist. I mean, you can kind of read into what it possibly would have ended up being, but there was a twist, I feel like. But anywho, I feel like it was messy, but it was just so real. Because I think sometimes people just have to be honest with themselves about how they feel in relationships. I think Celestial really struggled with, honestly, trying not to be a pleaser, a people pleaser, so to speak. I feel like if she would have challenged her feelings more in the beginning, then waiting until something happened for her to think about it as she did, I feel like, through the story. I mean, of course, it probably wouldn't have been a book. But in real life, if you think about it, I think if we kind of like really be truthful about how we feel in relationships and about anything, how we truly feel about anything, we will avoid a lot of the bad things that can happen, trauma, what have you, that I feel like they could have even avoided in this story. I feel like a lot of the things that happened didn't have to happen, even though it was real. I don't know. I'm trying to, really formulate all of my thoughts in my mind, because I literally just got finished reading this about 20 minutes ago. So I'm still kind of really trying to process and think about this. But one thing for sure is that I feel like, and I'm putting this on Celestial, I mean, even though the guy, I feel like Andre was a little dirty. I mean, Roy, Roy was a little dirty, and I think I just mixed up their names back when I was just speaking earlier, because Andre is the best friend and Roy is the one who went to prison. So I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like if for real all of them were true, a lot of things just could have been different. But of course, like I said, then we wouldn't have this book. Because the reality is you're not going to get it right all the time in relationships. Sometimes it takes trials and all kind of things to really figure out who you are or who you should be, and so at the end of the day, I really enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed this author's writing. If I didn't have, excuse me, if I did not need to go to sleep, I probably could have finished this book in a day, honestly. It was a page turner for me. I'm looking forward to reading more of her books. Actually, I'm seeing her backlog. I actually meant to check and see if she has anything new coming out, because this one I believe came out in 2018, and I believe she had some other books before this. But I don't know if she has anything new out. But I'm gonna check and see. But this was not a disappointment to me. I really enjoyed this book. And so I will, kind of write out my opinion, a more thought out opinion of this book on Goodreads and on my Fable. But other than that, guys, I would say pick it up. I'm not going to give my rating until my wrap up, but I would definitely say pick this up. So I wanted to go ahead, since I am doing a vlog, I am going to tell you about my next book, and I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to read Loving You Always by Kennedy Ryan next, or The Couple's Trip by Ulf Kuflinzer. Y'all know, girl. Y'all know y'all girl mess when it comes to trying to pronounce these names, but I'm doing the best that I can, y'all. Pray for me. But I'm still trying to see how I'm feeling. Do I want to go back into another messy love story, or do I want a thrill right now? So we shall see. You will see probably here shortly which one I'm going to read. I got some things going on this weekend, so I'm hoping, family picnics and stuff going on. So I don't want to be rude at the picnic, but I might actually take my book, child, because it's supposed to rain and it's supposed to be hot. So they might find me sitting in my car. I don't know. We shall see. And if I'm sitting in my car, your girl always got a book. I got a book in some form, Kindle, audio. I'm going to always have my book. Okay. So we shall see what I read next. So stay tuned. Hey friends. Hey. So I wanted to hop on real quick and share with you guys the book that I chose to read next. And it is The Couple's Trip by Ulf, I believe. Kevsler. I believe it's some type of Swedish name, and I'm basing that off of the fact that some of the writing names in the book, the place where this is taking place is in Sweden. So I wanted to show you guys, every time that I get a book from the Friends of the Public Library, I talk about how, I only paid $3 for the book. And I just wanted to show you guys, I don't know if you can see it up there, but that's where the prices are for the books. And this one was one that, I only paid $3 for, but it was like a $30 book here in the U.S. And when I bought it, it was in brand new condition. So, as always, I'm always excited when I can get get a book for the Lolo. Okay. So I'm about 90 pages into the book already. I started it on yesterday. And so I wanted to just hop on real quick and share with you a little bit of what the book is about. First of all, in this book, the author actually has a map. So in this book, you're talking about a group of three people who they go on this hiking trip, camping trip, up the mountains, all of those things. They go on this type of trip every year. And so particularly in this particular story, this year, one of the main POVs, female POVs, she asked to take her boyfriend. So let me just start off by saying who those So we have Anna, the female main character in here. We have Henrik, who is the main female character, male character. And then we have Melina, who is also a female character in this book. Well, they are going on their annual hiking trip. And Melina decides wants to invite her new boyfriend that she's only known for a hot minute. And I won't say how he became her boyfriend because I feel like that may play a part into this whole story. And so I really want to kind of stay away from giving any spoilers. But so they wanted to actually go, I'm sure it's still somewhere in Sweden, but they were wanting to go where they always go every year, to a certain part of Sweden to go hiking. And in the story, let me see, would that be a spoiler? I'm not going to say what happens. All I'm going to say is they are going hiking, okay? And what was pretty cool about in this book is the author put like a map of where, kind of like every stop that they're going to be making. I hope I'm showing you guys this. Every stop where they are going to be making in this story. Now, this place, Sarek, I believe that I'm pronouncing that right, is the place where they're going to be camping and hiking or whatnot. Sarek is a real place. However, some of the places that they're stopping at in this story are not. Those are fictional places. But the actual camping place and all of that, that is actually real. So the author actually went to this place before he in writing his book and doing his research for this book, he actually went there. And he himself, I believe, as a hiker, mountain climber, it was something that he himself was used to doing. So the places that they go to in the book are fictional, but the area, I guess I want to say, is a real place. So that's pretty cool. But anywho, in this story so far, Anna, Henrik, and Melina, like I said, they're planning on going on their trip. Then Melina wants to take her boyfriend, and right off jump, which is why I, got through like 90 pages of this book right off jump. You start to see some things with this guy, with Jacob. And my thing is, every time, like, all of y'all got this, well, except for the girlfriend, except for Melina, all of y'all got this gut feeling that something is not right with this guy. And y'all choose to keep ignoring it. That's the part that's like, oh my gosh, like, y'all know something about to go down. Like, something is not right. Y'all don't know this guy. She barely knows this guy. But y'all gonna let him go on the trip just to be nice, I guess. And oh my gosh, I wish I could tell, like, the dumbest things ever. Like, all the signs are like red lights just flashing. And I won't even say, well, yeah, they're ignoring them. But anyway, I'm going to stop right there because for real, I will start telling too much. But I say all that to say that so far this book is good. Like, I'm ready to jump right into it. Another weird thing about this book, or something that's different about this book, is that none of his chapters have like a chapter name. You know how in some books they'll either have the POVs listed as the title, or they'll have something, chapter 32 something. This book does not have like chapters, but of course when a chapter is starting because it looks like this. So I thought that was really different. Another element in this book is they show you the interview that is taking place with the police and some of the POVs, main characters in this book. Because I mean, of course you could get it. It already said something happens on this trip. So yes, police involved. I don't think that is a spoiler. But like I said, you get to see the interviews with the people, which I thought was pretty cool. But other than that, so far so good. I'll probably finish this book up within the next day or two. I'm really trying to get done with it by at least Thursday. Just because, not to like really rush myself, because one thing that I really want to do is, and I feel like I do it, not just trying to rushing through books just to say I finished it and what have you, but really, enjoy reading the book, So I don't want to put that on me that, I got to have it done by Thursday kind of thing, but I really would like to have it done just because it's fast paced. Like, if I could really just sit down and get reading, I want to see what happens. Okay. So we have this. I'm not for sure. I think on the previous video clip before this, I was saying, that I also wanted to try to get to, hold on one second, Loving You Always by Kennedy Ryan. I may get to this and I may not. We shall see. I really feel like I can, and this is not even barely 200 pages. So I feel like this would be a really quick read. And I just want to get through this series because I want to get through this series before Kennedy Ryan writes another book. Okay. I want to be through her backlog about time she writes one more again. Okay. So that's why I really want to try to do that. I also wanted to share with you guys, since this is a vlog, I wanted to share with you guys that I finally decided to do a TBR jar. Now, I know that I said in previous videos, like, I'm really feeling like, at least right now in the summertime, that I'm somewhat of a mood reader. So I don't want to just be restricted to, oh, I picked this, these books and I got to read them kind of thing. I just want the flexibility of just grabbing what I feel like reading. Yes, I'll pick a certain number of books and say, oh, I think I want to read this, or, something like that. But at the same time, I'm not, stuck to that. And actually, we never really are we? Like, we can change our mind, but I think what kind of hold us to it is when we, kind of like pick these books and tell people we're going to read them. You know what I mean? So you kind of be stuck. But, I'm just going to say these are my hopefuls. This is what I hope to read. This is what I want to read. But I may not. But anyway, I still created this TBR jar. And I got this jar, guys. I got this from a thrift store. I had got this from a thrift store some months back. And it had dawned on me, like, you don't need to order a TBR jar. You got so many different types of jars and stuff. Just use one of those. And this one is really nice. It's really big. I don't know if you could tell from this picture. But I think this jar even cost, I think I paid $2 for it. Okay. And when I see some of the TBR jars that people are actually selling, which is cool, that's fine. If you're not a person, that wants to do all that and you just want to order one, hey, cool. Do you, okay? But I did me, and I just ordered some different color flashcards and cut them up, okay? And it was a task to write all the books that I did not read. This is a lot of books, y'all. These are books that I have not read. Now, this is not including books on my Kindle, audio books that I have, waiting for me to pick up. I am going to do a video about all the books that I have on my Kindle very soon here, because I very rarely talk about my Kindle. And I really, really need to get to reading some of those books. But yeah, I just wanted to share my little TBR jar. I had plans to get my little Cricut out and actually put TBR on here, something fancy. But I just used the stickers that I got from the indie author that I met last weekend, or the weekend before last. She had gave me some stickers, so I just popped those on there. And actually, they probably gonna stay on here, honey, because we're not wasting those stickers. But I might put TBR or something around here, or, I'll figure it out. But this is my cute TBR jar that I wanted to share with you guys. Let me see, is there anything else? I don't think that there is anything else. I'm just gonna start reading, guys, and try to get through this book. I might sit here with you guys and read for a little bit. But other than that, I will be back with my next review, or the next section of this book to review with you guys. If it's something that I can even tell y'all, I might not be back to the end of this video, but we shall see. So, hey guys, just grab you a drink. I don't know if you want to watch me read or not, but I am going to read just for a little bit, and then we'll be meeting back the next time. Woo. So guys, I have made it to the next chapter, which I have no idea what that is. But I'm on page 97. So I'm going to just cut it right here, and I'll probably get to read for a couple more hours. If you're following me on Goodreads or Fable, you can find out which page I left off on sometime tonight. But until the next time, friends, I'll see you soon. Have a good night. Oh my gosh. Anywho, I wanted to hop on real quick, and I finished the couples trip, and I wanted to just hop on while I was fresh in my memory, and tell you guys what my thoughts, and tell you guys what I thought. And I have to say, I am so disappointed about the ending of this book. Oh my gosh, I was so engrossed in this book. Like, it was a page turner all the way up until a couple of chapters, literally. a couple of chapters of the book before the ending of the book. And I almost feel like I want to spoil this book because, and I'm spoiler free. I hate spoilers. I want people to waste their time for real. Like, even on this one, I'm gonna tell you, I gave it a 3-star, and that is because the book had me intrigued all the way up to near the end. So I do want to at least explain why I gave it a 3-star. I really should have gave it a 2.5, but like I said, all the way up till the ending of the book, it was great. It was great to me. Like, the premise of the book, like, everything was great. But that ending, I'm like, it left you on a cliffhanger, and that really stinks. That really stinks, because this one, I needed an ending. I needed an ending to this book. So, I think the last time I left off, and I really didn't look at the video to see where I left off, but I was pretty much halfway through the book. I was more than halfway through the book. And like I said, I kept wanting to turn the pages. I kept wanting to see what was going on. Oh my gosh, my face looks so red. Anyway, but needless to say, like I said, I usually save my ratings until I do the wrap up, but I just had to tell you, I just felt like I need to give y'all an explanation, because this video is going to go up before my wrap up video. So, yeah, for a debut novel, I feel like the author did a pretty good job. Okay, not that I know, not that I'm all that and I know, but as a reader, I feel like for a debut novel, as many thrillers as I have read, that this author did a pretty good job. Why he left it the way he did, I'ma just take it that he's a novice. I'ma just take it that he just don't know no better, child. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, I just can't understand it. Why he would leave that story like that. But I would say, if it's someone who's read plenty of thrillers and would not get ticked off as easily because you were left on a cliffhanger, you can read it. If you just want to go for a thrill and, read about a story that takes place in Switzerland with hiking and all the things that could possibly happen, and that type of thing, and you don't need an ending really, then you might be all right. But for someone who is new to thrillers, and you looking for all the twists and turns and a good ending, this book is not for you. This book will not be for you. Okay, so that's pretty much all that I have to say about that book. Now, I done moved on, child. I done moved on, and I'm already off to the next book, which is Loving You Always by Kennedy Ryan. I don't know for sure that I'm going to get through this book. I would have to finish this book this weekend in order for it to be included on this vlog. I don't know that that's going to happen because I have a pretty busy weekend. But I am already through the first couple of chapters, where you have Karis and Cam and Walsh and Bing, and I think his cousin Joe. Those are the 4 characters that I am dealing with now. And I mean, already you getting the drama. Already you are getting the tea on what's going on in between all of them. And so I'm really looking forward to getting into this book. I'm sure this is going to be a page turner. Kennedy Ryan's books are always, I got to hurry up and get through it kind of thing. Not because you want to just get through it, but because it be so good. It's going to be good. I can already tell it is going to be good. When you dealing with shoulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda, you know, in romance, and you dealing with the drama, and you dealing with exes, and probably, you know, rekindlings and all that stuff, yeah, it's gonna be good. So we shall see. And if I don't end this vlog with that book, you'll definitely see it in my wrap up. Okay, friends? So until next time, keep shining. Bye.